See you in September. Will I see you when the summer's through? Here we are, saying goodbye at the station. Okay, who remembers that song? I'm really dating myself, but it's September 1st. I can't believe it. And I am going to try to do a September daily art journal. I usually don't follow through. I gotta be honest with this kind of stuff, but I'm gonna try. And I can't believe it's September 1st already. So I had planned to do this earlier in the day, but as it's turned out, it's just about 8:30 on the East Coast, and here I am just getting it done. I'm hoping to do a daily every day. I don't know if I'll record every day, but I'm going to try to just make a little like 15-minute video. But tonight I'm going to do my front page, my front cover, and my first page. I have no idea where I'm going with this. I'm just going to have at it because, like I said, my day is gone. All right. And I need to get this posted before it's September 2nd. So all day I've been singing that song, See You in September. I think the association sang that. But if Barb from the Chicken Pot Pie Society watches this, she'll let me know if I'm right or wrong. Right, Barb? Okay, here we go. So one of my lives, I did some jelly printing on some really glossy paper, made my pages kind of leathery feeling, did it with acrylic paint. And some of them turned out cool. Some of them, just so-so, but I'm going to go with it. So this is going to be my September daily journal. It's like a 6 by, no, I'm lying to you already. It's like 5 1/4 by 5. So it's not quite square, but it's a cute size, not too intimidating to do a daily journal. All right. So I thought, well, the first thing I want to do is my cover, and I need to have some kind of September on there. And I thought I'd like to have a calendar. So I'm just going to tear out this September calendar. I probably should put on my glue gun. And as I say so many times, I always tear my paper the wrong way. I didn't know until, I guess it's probably been about a year now, that there is a right and a wrong way to tear. It's kind of small, but I think it's going to work just fine. So I think I might want to ink this a little bit, give it a little bit of poisonality. I think I'm going to use green. In my front cover, I've got some flecks of green paint, copper and green on the front, maybe a little bit of purple, some blue. But this is going to be, just whatever. Kind of no rhyme or reason. And I'm just going to put on the calendar here, I think, if I can find a marker. I'm going to put September. I'm going to rip out September from one of these here pages. Maybe this one. See if I can rip this correctly. Everybody says to me, just tear it the way you want to, but flip it over. But see, then that way I teared it. I didn't tear it. I still didn't tear it right. I'm a little dyslexic with stuff like this. It's, what can I tell you? So that's kind of cool. So let's ink-a-dink this a little bit. All right, so I think I should probably write on this before I put glue on it. And I'm going to just use this Sharpie. So it's going to say September, and then I'm going to just put Art Daily, like that. Art Daily. I'm going to glue that down, and I think I'm going to use some washi tape if I can find. Here's some right here. This will do just fine. So I'm just going to grab some regular. This is, I believe, maybe some Golden Matte Medium, or might be Mod Podge in here. I want this to go down first, I think. Nothing fancy. Just really kind of slapping it down. And I have this washi tape. Now, washi tape doesn't usually adhere real well. So this probably isn't gonna stick down real nice either. But I can always glue it later. And I think I want to put a little tinkle tape. I made some tinkle tape. And I think I'm going to just put some on because I just love it. Now, I always try to put my glue cap on because I love the needle nose glue. What do they call them? They call them, I don't think they call them needle nose. They call them something like glue applicator, perhaps. And I like that real fine tip because, especially when you're doing some finer work, and I used to do scrapbooking and things like that. So it's just really helpful to have just a little thin bead of glue. So I've gotten in the habit of using those little needle nose types of glue dispensers. And if I don't cap it up, it clogs very quickly. Now, when I made this tape, I didn't do such a great job. You can see half of it doesn't look like tinkle tape, but I'm going to use that anyway, right there. Now, I could probably use a little more glue here. So as I was thinking, oh, I've got to go out and do my video. What should I do for my first page? Now, these pages that I put together, I just use, and I'll link the video below. It's one of my lives. And it was just, gosh, I forget what kind of, a free book that you get sent to you in the mail or you pick up somewhere, you know. And I was just messing around with a jelly plate. And so a lot of the pages are really quite intense, as you can see, right? There's a lot, they're busy. There's a lot going on. So I'm thinking, what can I do for my first day in September? Well, I often think of September as a school day, even still. At my age of 69 years old, I think of reading and writing and arithmetic. That's what I think of. So that's what I'm going to do. So on my first page here, I'm just going to take a piece of this plain, really kind of a composition type looking paper. And of course, I have a small area to work with. So I don't want too large of a piece. And I think of reading, as I said, writing and arithmetic. So I need something for the reading part. It's not part of a book. I need some words. And I'm just looking at what I have sitting around my, there we go. This This is almost like, this is an old advertisement for Time Life on the Civil War. So this can serve as a history page for my reading and my writing portion. So let's see here. What do I have? Let me get some. I want a neutral ink. So I'm going to get out my vintage photo. If your camera, your video is showing this appropriately, it's more of a reddish, rusty color background. I do have a really cute little dragonfly in there, so I don't want to cover him up. So I do want to ink these edges. Let's see here. Let me grab a blending tool. So I've got my Distress Ink Frayed Burlap. Let's see how this looks. I thought I grabbed the vintage photo, but I grabbed the Frayed Burlap, and I'm just going to go with that. So I do some kind of art every day, but I don't necessarily do journal art. So this is going to be a bit of a stretch for me, but that's okay. You know, I had a, let's see, what did I do? Here it is. I have a punching tool right here. I think I'm just going to punch some of these words out. I'm going to ink this edge. You know, I'm noticing that this Frayed Burlap kind of has a greenish tinge to it, just like what I used on the front cover. Isn't that something? I was thinking I'd like to cover up this down at the bottom because it really didn't jelly plate well. I think I see my camera jumping, and I apologize for that. I know I keep saying I'm going to get that worked out, but I haven't figured it out yet. And then this guy here, I'm going to cut out. And add him to my page. And so I have my reading, and then I'm going to have my writing. I'm going to put him up here in this corner, and then arithmetic. Now I do have stencils that would really look cool. Now where's my... See if I can find a number stencil in here. I made this little storage book. I'm not quite familiar with where I have what stored yet, but I know I have some Tim Holtz stencils, and I think I've got one that's got some numbers on it. Oh, I've got some letters, but there's numbers down there too. So I'm going to pull that out. So I wanted to be able to keep, most of my stencils are in the 12 by 12 scrapbook. I'll fuss with that later. Now, because this is so busy, I'm not sure we're going to see a whole lot of it. So I'm just going to grab some other paper that I have sitting here. And I think in this case, I want to get some black ink. And let's see, I have a dark inking tool here. And let me get some numbers here. I want to make sure I'm using the stencil correctly. Well, this is really, the ink's not dried out, but my blending tool's pretty shut. Yeah, that's not going to work. Let's get a different one here. A couple different choices. So I think it was Kathy Arbor was saying something about, daily journals or daily artwork. You make it, what you were doing that day. And I really didn't think about that. But I just kept thinking about that song, See You in September. I used to love the first day of school. All right, so maybe I'll do my reading and writing up here. And I can do my arithmetic down here to cover that spot. And I've got that guy. So I think I want to print. I'll just grab a pen. Now my page is kind of bumpy because of all the paint that's on there. So I'm just going to write here on my desk. And I'm going to put September 1st, 2022. I always forget to put the date. And I'm just going to say reading, writing, and I don't spell very well. Arithmetic. I don't know if that's how you spell it. I didn't bring my phone. Let's just say math. No, I've got to say arithmetic, don't I? All right, let me go to a different. Let me get my mouse going here. My mouse doesn't want to cooperate. Let me open another window. See, this is why videos take so long. Let's see. A-R-I-T-M-E. See, if you say it correctly, you can spell it correctly. Ergo the problem. And arithmetic. All right. So I'm just going to get my glue. Pop that down the top of my page. Then I've got my little bit of reading here. Of course, that's not sticking down. It's not cooperating. I'm going to stick that up a little bit so it sticks out the top of the page. Now let's ink this a little bit with our burlap. So if you decide to do this, it doesn't have to be anything grand. It's for you. I mean, you can use bits. I mean, you could keep a little container sitting by wherever you do your art and throw in your little bits of thread or paper, right? And then use it in a daily. Wouldn't that be clever? There's my arithmetic. I don't even know who this old guy is, but we're going to put him on. And I don't care if this gets thick or chunky, right? So let me grab. Now I'm going to cap my glue like I said I'd try to do. Of course, this is not cooperating either. There we go. We got it. Yes, we got it. And I think I want to put a little cheesecloth down because I just love it. So this is some that I had coffee stained. And I think that's going to add a little something to my page. Now this video is a little longer than what I normally am hoping that they'll be because I did my cover. Maybe I don't need so big of a piece. And sometimes it's hard to tell. Sometimes this is doubled up and you can't really tell. I think this might be a single. Yeah, okay. Now somewhere I know I have those nibs that Tim Holtz put out years ago. And I'm just going to paint this on. I'm pretty sure this is Mod Podge. No, I misspoke. Golden Matte Medium. That's probably way too much. I'm going to grab one of my glue brushes and just work that in so it glues down onto the page. Just kind of looks like an old-timey rag. But if I run across one of those little nibs I have somewhere stored in my stash, I think I'll poke a little hole and then tie the nib on. Let's give this guy a little paint. All right, now let's see, what else can I quickly add on there? Look, I have one of these little frames sitting here. That might look cool. All right, I've got a little stencil. With some script. I just had that out. Everything gets buried. So let's put a little bit of script on this. Now this is a slide projector frame if you're not familiar, and I just popped out the film. And I don't want this too terribly dark. This is a real tiny script. And I'm using the StazOn just because that's what I grabbed out of my drawer. So that looks cool. All right. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my inker. This had the black ink on it, which I think would look nice. Let's see if we can get a little more color on the edge. If you put ink, or even if you draw a line around the outside edge of something like this, it kind of brings your eye in. Your eye doesn't move out, it kind of helps it center. So I always like to do that. I like the way it looks better. So we're going to frame that guy out. So my glue gun I did plug in. So just going to hit this with a little hot glue. Of course, regular glue would work, but because I'm trying to get this glued down in a short period of time, I could leave it sit overnight, which is what I'll do here, you know, because of my cheesecloth. So that's going to be my page for September 1st. So we did the cover. It's going to be my September daily. Look, I have Dogs Service Dog Month. That's a good thing to know. I didn't realize that. So I have that. I marked it Art Daily. I should put the year on the cover, shouldn't I? Let's see here. Let's see how this 2022 looks. You could theme September. You wouldn't call it a daily, I guess. I'm going to add that right there. Not right now, but I will, because this is wet. So I'm going to attach that right down there. And then I've got reading, writing, and arithmetic. You can't really see it, but that's okay. I know it's there, and it's my art daily. So that's it for my first installment of See You in September. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you on the next live or the next video. And don't forget, take time to be creative and enjoy the journey. Bye-bye.